Now Aldrich determined to go up against him, so he took horse and spear and pricked till he met the dragon. The dragon came out against him, breathing bitter smoke, and to him Aldrich shouted, "Hath foul dragon ever slain true knight?" Well, the dragon knew that this had never been, and he hung his head and was silent, for he was glutted with blood. Then said the knight, "If thou wouldest ever taste maiden's blood again, thou shalt be my trusty steed, and if not, by this spear there shall befall thee all that the troubadours tell of the dooms of thy breed." And the dragon did not open his ravening mouth, nor rush upon the knight, breathing out fire. For well he knew the fate of those that did these things, but he consented to the terms imposed, and swore to the knight to become his trusty steed. It was on a saddle upon this dragon's back that Aldrich afterwards sailed above the impassable forest, even above the tops of those measureless trees of wonder. But first he pondered that subtle plan of his, which was more profound than merely to avoid all that had been done before. And he commanded a blacksmith, and the blacksmith made him a pickaxe. Now there was great rejoicing at a rumor of Aldrich's quest, for all folk knew that he was a cautious man, and they deemed that he would succeed and enrich the world, and they rubbed their hands in the cities at the thought of largesse. And there was joy among all men in Aldrich's country, except perchance among the lenders of money, who feared they would soon be paid. And there was rejoicing also, because men hoped that when the Gibbelins were robbed of their hoard, they would shatter the high-built bridge and break the golden chains that bound them to the world, and drift back, they and their tower, to the moon, from which they had come and to which they rightly belonged. There was little love for the Gibbelins, although all men envied their hoard. So they all cheered that day when he mounted his dragon, as though he was already a conqueror. And what pleased him more than the good that they hoped he would do to the world was that he scattered gold as he rode away. For he would not need it, he said, if he found the Gibbelins' hoard, and he would not need it more if he smoked on the Gibbelins' table. When they heard that he had rejected the advice of those that gave it, some said that the knight was mad, and others said he was greater than those that gave the advice. But none appreciated the worth of his plan. He reasoned thus. For centuries men had been well advised and had gone by the cleverest way, while the Gibbelins came to expect them to come by boat and to look for them at the door whenever the larder was empty, even as a man looketh for a snipe in a marsh. But how, said Aldrich, if a snipe should sit in the top of a tree, and would men find him there? Assuredly never. So Aldrich decided to swim the river and not to go by the door, but to pick his way into the tower through the stone. Moreover, it was in his mind to work below the level of the ocean, the river, as Homer knew, that girdles the world, so that as soon as he made a hole in the wall, the water should pour in, confounding the Gibbelins and flooding the cellars, rumored to be 20 feet in depth, and therein he would dive for emeralds as a diver dives for pearls. And on the day that I tell of, he galloped away from his home scattering largesse of gold, as I have said, and passed through many kingdoms, the dragon snapping at maidens as he went, but being unable to eat them because of the bit in his mouth, and earning no gentler reward than a spear thrust where he was softest.